Basketball halftime of the boys game, and boys trail Ripley by a score of 16-14 here at the half as we get ready for the boys Foxwoods full court press. We're joined by longtime scorekeeper Mikey Shea, and I was thinking, Mikey, driving up here, there's a lot of jobs you had that were untitled, and I'm trying to think of all the things. You know, he's like head cook, spiritual leader, part-time dad, cheerleader. I mean, just the list goes on and on. So how long did that go on?
I done it for 23 years. 23
years. So, see, you were ready for retirement, weren't
you?
Yes, sir. So take us back to how did all that start? I mean, you know, that's not just something that you just out of the blue somebody starts keeping score.
Well, I started out running the clock in the JV games, and Miss Lana Harrelson was the bookkeeper. And then my daughter was helping her keep books. She kept books on the bench, and then when we was at home, she helped Miss Lana with the score. And so when she graduated, I just started kind of sitting with Miss Lana and helping her with the scorekeeping. And then when she retired, they asked me would I keep the books at home, so I started out keeping the books at home. And then I don't remember what year it was, but then one of the coaches said, how about going on the road with me and keeping the books? So I started out keeping the books with the boys on the road. Didn't keep with the girls, just the boys.
I think I remember that.
And then I came back, and Malcolm Brown I started going with Malcolm on the road with the girls. And then I went with him with softball a lot on the road and helped him there.
Now, at this time, you're still working a regular job, too, right?
I'm working a full-time job.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And at that time, I'm working shift work. I'm rotating shifts, so, you know, I have to take off to come to ball games and stuff like that. So, but it's all about the kids, and I've always been that way. Anything I can do to help the kids, that's what I'm here for. And even though that I'm not keeping the books or as they say, pops on the bench or anything like that, but I'm still here for the kids, and that's all. It's what it's all about.
And, you know, I remember, Mikey, of course, you know, you were heavily involved in youth sports as well, moving on up. You know, you like me, you had kids that played, and you just did whatever you had to do. And then, like you said, it kind of followed on into here. Kind of talk about the special relationships you've made with this team over here. And, you know, one thing I think about, and it really comes to mind for me, is when I think about you and your role. I know you always had a book in your hand, but it's those moments where it seemed like the girls needed a lift, and you were the one to come in there and kind of provide that, you know, that encouragement and provide a little energy for them.
Well, I've always tried to do that as much as they would let me, you know.
Yeah.
Try to pick them up and lift them up before the ball games, you know, tell them, say, hey, you know, you got this, or at halftime come back out and say, all right, you made some mistakes at first half, let's pick it back up and go on. And most of the girls that is here, I've been with them since they come to the high school, and still there's a lot of them that they're still on the team that I've still got close connections with, and like I said, it's all about the kids. I want to make sure that they enjoy the sport. As you said, I've been involved with athletics for a long time. I did coach Dixie Girls softball. I wound up being district director and wound up becoming national director for the state of Mississippi. So a lot of these girls that came before this group, I had when they were playing softball, and their mamas, and so I've had connections with these kids for a long time, and like Balin's our senior girl this time, and I've really enjoyed watching her come along and improve the way she's improved. Like some of these boys, like Chase Booker, I've watched him from the time he was a little old bitty thing playing and come up, and so like I said, it's all about the kids, and I know, Michael, that's how you feel. That's like Fred, or you wouldn't be doing this.
Absolutely,
you wouldn't be doing this.
You know, we talked about it with Coach Middleton when we interviewed him earlier. We talked about it with Becky. Just talked about it during the girls' game with Coach Riddick. And you were part of this as well, where you saw a culture change happen when Brian came, and you know, and we talked about those girls, the Perkins girls, and other ones that were part of that group that maybe they don't have a ring now, but they were a big part of that. You know, kind of talk about what you saw when that culture changed. All of a sudden, you know what? Now we got a team that expects to win when they take to go here.
Well, when Brian first came, you know, he had to get over this thing, the mental thing with the girls that we can't win.
Right.
You know, we've been told all of our life we can't beat Belmont, or we can't beat Ripley, we can't beat this team. And Brian put that in their head that you can win, and they did. They started winning with Brian, and that mentality has come a long way. And those girls that came before, yes, they set the stage for that championship last year. Yes, now they're expected to win.
Right.
So I expect them to win, and everybody else does. But those before them come along and set the whole stage for the whole thing.
Absolutely.
Yes, a long way from what now. If they were to happen to lose the game, people are like, "What happened?
What's wrong with them?
Yeah, what's wrong with the girls?
What's wrong with the girls?
They've lost a game.
They've lost a game. And,
I went through many of those games, and road games and all. I mean, I sat through, called every game for a lot of 4 and 27 teams.
Yes, yeah.
and
you look at them now. Everybody expects if they don't win by at least 25 points, what's wrong with them? They done something wrong.
Right.
Yeah, if we don't get a running clock, we're worried, aren't we?
Right. Well, that's what I told Brian before the ball game tonight. I said, it'd be nice if we had a running clock after the first quarter, and they could have had a running clock the first quarter, but you got to let these kids that's coming up get a chance to play.
Yeah, got to have time. That's how he's built this too. Once he got that winning mentality, he's able to win games to the point where he can play so many people off the bench that he gets that experience.
Right.
And Mikey, I can't let you leave without your service is going to continue on. You may not be on the sidelines or in the locker room or anything like that, but you recently been elected to school board Tishomingo County. We congratulate you on that.
Thank you.
I know you're going to do it. I've sat there before, so I kind of know what's ahead of you, and I know you're going to bring a lot of wisdom and a lot of knowledge and into that board, and the district will be fortunate to have you there. And I know you're going to be a part of a lot of great things over these next 6 years.
Thank you, Michael. And like I said, the whole thing is about the kids.
Right.
It's not about what the parents or the adults in the county. It's about what we can do for the kids, not just at TC or Burnsville or IU. It's the whole county. It's the whole district, and that's what. And I know you did the same thing. It was about the kids. Right.
Exactly. Well, Mikey Shea, man, we appreciate you. Appreciate all your years of service to this school and community and all that you've done. You're one of the good guys, and we appreciate you, Mikey.
I appreciate you and Fred coming out of retirement. To continue
absolutely. Thank you, my friend.
Retiring, somebody had to come out of retirement.
Thank y'all both.
Thank you, brother.
All right, we are heading towards the second half of the boys' game, and we want to thank Mikey Shea for joining us on the full court press, and good stuff there from Mikey.
Yeah, absolutely, good guy.
All right, we're going to take one more break before we get ready to the second half. So Braves trail by 2 as we head to the third quarter, 16-14. Back in 30 seconds with the second half. Listen to Braves basketball.
Home Fun 91.